What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are back with another Madden free agency rebuild. As today we got to do the Los Angeles Chargers. You guys voted for them the most, as today we're gonna be doing a JC Jackson Los Angeles Chargers rebuild. Now, of course, before getting this video though, guys, you can leave a like and of course subscribe if you're new. Helps out a lot. Thank you guys so much for that. And I also have a podcast with 3 of my friends talking about football. Links in the description if you're interested. We're almost at 100 subscribers over there, so it would mean the world to me if you guys go over there and subscribe. Thank you. But we recently literally just did a Khalil Mack Chargers rebuild, but obviously they've since added JC Jackson and have since also added Sebastian Joseph Day. So really nice signing by the Los Angeles Chargers, that's what we know. But today we are using a file where every free agent is updated. So that means draft order will not be correct whatsoever. As you can tell by the standings aren't correct. I had to start with active roster and then simulate the season before. So now we're technically in the 2022 offseason, but all the free agents, it'll be confusing, but yeah, I'm sure you guys get what I'm saying. The draft order won't be correct whatsoever. So negotiating contract stage is where we're going to start though. So Jalen Guyton, Campbell, Donald Parham, who is 25-year-old tight end, actually start development. So we might actually keep him around, but everyone else, probably not going to worry about too much. So let's just go ahead and sign Donald Parham. But there's literally like only one roster on Xbox Series X that has like an updated free agency roster. Shout out to Apathy, who has been building it. So this is the one I'm currently using, and he is back. So that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna let we might grab Jalen Guyton as well real quick, actually. So just kind of keep another wide receiver in house, and he's back. Okay, now we can go to next week, and free agency is gonna look a little weird because obviously not every free agent is signed yet, so I'm not really sure how this will look. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So let's go take a look at the lineup. That way we can all know what we're basically working with. As we know, the Chargers have added a lot of good defensive pieces, but offensively they're still pretty good. They did cut Brian Bulaga, I believe, so we definitely need to figure out the offensive line a little bit. Gonna need a tight end. Our wide receivers aren't bad behind Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and of course you have Austin Eckler and Justin Herbert. And then defensively, this is what, this is the important thing. Added JC Jackson, have Asante Samuel, Mike Davis, and then Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Kenneth Murray, and Tranquil, and then Nasir Adderley. So yeah, this team is actually really good on the defensive side of the ball. So just a few things we could add to the defense that wouldn't hurt us. And then offensively, like I said, we need to kind of figure out the offensive line and maybe a tight end if we want another tight end. So let's go see what free agency looks like. I have no idea what it's about to look like, obviously, but this division is going to be tough because Russell Wilson's on the Broncos in this file, and everything else is updated to date, I believe. There's a couple things that aren't updated, like some signings today, but you got Von Miller out here. You got Michael Pierce, got Jason Kelsey, Melvin Gordon, Casey Hayward, Akeem Hicks. You got Odell Beckham, Gronk, Johnny Hekker. So JC Treader, actually, as we know, got cut by the Browns, and they're meeting with Deshaun Watson. So we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and try to get offensive linemen. So unfortunately, both the best offensive linemen are centers, which we don't really necessarily need. We don't need a left tackle. Our guard is a 78 overall, so I'm not worried about our left guard either. Center is not too bad. And then right guard could definitely use some work. So we got Trey Turner sitting out here, which might be a nice option. And of course, they cut Brian Bulaga, so I don't think I'll be bringing him back either. So I think I'm going to go right guard here for Trey Turner, because that's going to definitely be an improvement on the offensive line that we definitely could use for this team. So he'll be my first option. Trey Turner, 106 total point offer, and we are kind of over everyone else. That'll be a good first step if we're able to get that done. And then Melvin Ingram, who has played for the Chargers before, might be a guy we can go back and get. You got Michael Pierce, Akeem Hicks. So Akeem Hicks could move him to the left end, right end if we wanted to, which is something I might consider. And then you got Frank Clark, Ubakam. So you know what? I think I am considering the whole Akeem Hicks thing. I want to kind of sign him on a maybe 2-year deal. 2-year deal, I think, and we can move him to one of the ends, and kind of like the idea of that. So Akeem Hicks doesn't have another offer anywhere else. We can bring him in, add to that defensive line. And then is there any like middle linebackers? You got Leighton Vander Esch, Dante Hightower, Anthony Walker. But honestly, I think I'm content with the corner or middle linebackers that we have. And then we definitely need to address right tackle in the draft 100% for some more production. And then do I want to go for another wide receiver? We do have some wide receivers, but a guy like Jarvis Landry would be fun to bring in. But at the same time, you are spending a lot of money on Keenan Allen and Mike Williams as it is already. But hey, it wouldn't hurt to have another weapon here. But I guess we should probably prioritize tight end more than wide receiver. So is there a tight end? I mean, we have Gronk, you have OJ Howard out here. So OJ Howard actually might not be a bad option just as another tight end that Justin Herbert can throw to. So yeah, we'll go for OJ Howard. And I think that's going to be it for this free agency. And we'll address right tackle in the draft. So these are going to be my initial signings. It'll look something like this. You have Akeem Hicks, Trey Turner, and OJ Howard. Hopefully get all 3 of them to add to this Chargers team. To go ahead and bring in Akeem Hicks, we bring in Trey Turner and bring in OJ Howard. So all three of them accept, which kind of was supposed to happen. We kind of overpaid for Trey Turner, and then Akeem Hicks didn't really have an offer, and neither did OJ Howard. Or OJ Howard had one, but it was a low offer. So we got OJ Howard and we got Trey Turner. Again, we need to adjust right tackle in the draft, but it is something we will be doing. Wide receiver, I'm going to rely on Palmer and Guyton to be that third guy, and then obviously you have Kelly and Eckler. And then the defense just looks a little bit better. We can move Akeem Hicks to the right end, which is probably what I'll do. But we're going to be jumping into the draft now and trying to see if we can maybe draft another stud on the defensive side of the ball, whether it's a corner and then a right tackle. Obviously, we need that very badly as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the draft. Obviously, Chargers have built a great defense, so it'll be very interesting to see how this team competes in the AFC West with all the quarterback competition. So I'm excited, though. Let's see what we get in the draft. So jumping into the NFL draft, and like I said, the draft order is not correct whatsoever, but I got the Detroit Lions picking at number 1. But we're going to be going to our 13th overall selection. It is the correct draft class, but it's not the correct draft order. So want to see if there's a right tackle available for me to draft here. We have Andrew Booth Jr. Another corner wouldn't hurt either. We can also add to the defensive line, but I'm looking at Kenyon Green here, and I honestly think that should be our first round pick just because a tackle is kind of needed. Obviously, it is very important to protect your young quarterback. So I'm going to draft Kenyon Green here, hidden development tackle. We definitely could have used him. So welcome to the Chargers. Like I said, we needed offensive line help at that tackle position, so I'm very comfortable with that pick. And now we can go to our second round pick, and we'll kind of take whatever's available. At this point, kind of have every position filled out great. So we can just kind of see what looks best for us. We have a corner, which wouldn't hurt. Got a couple quarterbacks. You got Tyreek Smith. You got Deron Kendrick, Brisker, Justin Ross. Do we want to draft another wide receiver? That could also be interesting. We got Justin Ross, who I know is a hidden development. Or do we want to draft a corner in like Josh Jobe if we want to? C, press, C catching, D zone. Doesn't look that great. So you know what? I think I might add another wide receiver option to this team. Justin Ross, or do we want Drake London? I feel like we have the big body wide receiver, so I'm going to go to Justin Ross out of Clemson, bring him in, and he's going to be a really nice wide receiver to add to this wide receiver core. So I like the addition of Justin Ross. Welcome to the Chargers. And now we can go to round 3, pick number 13, and see what we can get here. And we're going to go and see. Actually, we weren't supposed to have a second round pick, were we? That is my bad. We weren't supposed to have it. We got, they traded it for Khalil Mack. So that is my apologies. But we have Adam Anderson, who we scouted quite a bit. So that might be the pick because I know Adam Anderson is a hidden development. So I feel kind of bad. Should I be trading? I feel stupid. I should have traded that second round pick. It went for the Khalil Mack trade. So maybe I should trade Justin Ross to the Bears because obviously they, I think I'm probably going to do that because I shouldn't have had that second round pick. I forgot about that. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing that. The Bears have that second round pick fair and square. So we're going to go to the next. I'm going to probably give them Justin Ross. Would have been nice to have him, but again, I just feel like I felt dirty not by keeping Justin Ross, not actually giving it to the team that actually owned that pick. So going into next season, this is what our lineup is officially going to look like. So I did go ahead and trade Justin Ross to the Bears, because like I said, we weren't supposed to have that pick and I forgot about it. But Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, of course, Herbert, offensive line looks definitely improved with Trey Turner coming in. Got Corey Linsley, the young Rashawn Slater. We brought Kenyon Green, another young tackle. OJ Howard and Donald Parham as our tight ends. And defensively, you have Khalil Mack, Nasir Adderley, Kenneth Murray, Dan Tranquil, Joey Bosa, added Adam Anderson as depth. Derwin James, Asante Samuel. You got J.C. Jackson, came over 5-year, $82.5 million. And then Michael Davis. You got Tillery, Joseph Day, and then Akeem Hicks. So I really like how this looks. We also got another defensive tackle as part of the depth as well, Jerry Clark. So just more depth for this team. I think we should have a really good season. We are currently an 86 overall. Of course, this AFC West division is not going to be easy, though. We got the Raiders who have Carr, Broncos have Russell Wilson, obviously, and the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes still. So this will be tough, but we're going to go ahead and summate this season, and let's see if we can make the playoffs with this new look Chargers roster. So at the end of the season, this division was a good one as Denver Broncos go 6-11. We went 12-5, and the Chiefs went 14-3. So yeah, it's definitely something I guess I could see. I don't know if the Broncos would suck that bad. 6-11 is kind of, I feel like a little disrespectful, but we'll kind of see how the whole AFC West did. Kind of want to see how Russell Wilson did in Denver, to be honest with you, and just kind of see how everything looks. So I saw Justin Herbert at the top of the league. Offense was 4th in the NFL, and then defense was 6th in the NFL. So yeah, like I said, the Chargers paid for some defense this offseason, and it looked like it worked out, at least in game in Madden. So 37 touchdowns from Justin Herbert and 7 interceptions. Rushing wise, Austin Eckler, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Receiving, Keenan Allen, 1,200 yards. OJ Howard was a bargain we got in free agency. Ended up being a really good tight end at 1,000 yards 9 touchdowns. Mike Williams obviously got his bag, 4 touchdowns, 858 yards, not too bad. Joshua Palmer, we relied on one of these guys to become that other wide receiver, and Palmer didn't do too bad in his role. 22 years old as well, so I'm glad I didn't actually have Justin Ross, because I didn't realize Joshua Palmer was so freaking young for this team. So awesome. I'm glad we have him. And then defensively, let's go see a look at sacks, because man, do we have some players who can get some sacks. Clomac 17, opposite Joey Bosa 15.5. Keem Hicks adds 6, 4.5. Sebastian Joseph Day 2.5, 2.5, and 2. Man, what a freaking stud. Mac even had 3 interceptions. JC Jackson 3 interceptions. So he had 53 solo tackles. Very nice. Deflections 1 from JC Jackson. So I'm sure, teams weren't throwing at JC Jackson. Safeties, Clomac, and then touchdowns. Okay, one thing I do want to take a look at, though, is I kind of want to see how the AFC West did stats-wise. So I'm going to actually just look at the quarterbacks, I think, because I'm curious about that. So Russell Wilson, 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Derek Carr, 26 and 17. And then Herbert and Mahomes obviously kind of shined in this division. But Russell Wilson and the Broncos went 6 and 11, but that's not our problem today. We're going to go ahead and jump into this game. I forget who we're playing. We're playing the Steelers, right? Yeah, we're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is this Mitchell Trubisky starting for them? I have to take a look at that, but let's jump right into this. The Pittsburgh Steelers do, in fact, have Mitchell Trubisky starting at quarterback for them. They made the playoffs. They won their division and have the home game. They also signed Von Miller. So TJ Watt and Von Miller, that's pretty scary. Let's see if we can come out here, though, and beat Mitchell Trubisky, man. I do want to see Mitchell Trubisky succeed in this league. So I think he could become something in Pittsburgh. I really do. But obviously, like I said, if he can't succeed there, I'm not sure he would be able to succeed anywhere else. But that's not the point of the video. Let's go ahead and see if we can come in and upset the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's Herbert versus Trubisky. We have one of the best ranked defenses as we allow a touchdown to start things off. An interception, Derwin James only leads to 3 points. Herbert, I'm going to need you to come out here and put up some touchdowns, not field goals, man. I don't know what your problem is with field goal. We can't lose to Mitchell Trubisky. Like, it just isn't something I want to happen. And so far, it is a close game, but no touchdowns. We are just not getting up any points. I get the Steelers have a good defense in their own right, but I feel like we should come out here and win this game. We've had many chances to do so. Still nothing. Defenses are just, okay, finally get a score. But the Steelers do respond. Do I want to jump in right away? I'm actually going to trust Justin Herbert to do his thing. And he did his thing. 24-20, and we won. So Justin Herbert came out with the clutch drive. Glad I trusted in him. Trubisky and the Steelers did scare me there for a second, though. I thought we were actually going to lose, but thankfully we get past them. Was a tough hill battle, but 24-20, we're on to divisional weekend. I honestly thought for sure we'd be seeing the Kansas City Chiefs this round, but no, it is Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans. So I feel like we should be able to come in here and beat them. They are at 82 overall, and I think the Chargers just maybe have a better team, but obviously Titans offense when healthy is really scary. We're going to have to deal with Derrick Henry this whole game. So we'll see, man. We'll see if we can stop them. Let's just jump right into this, simulate this, and looks like we got to stop to start things off, which is good. But then they score, so we got to respond, and we do with a field goal. Can we come out and put up a touchdown now? No. 3-7, 3-14, and it is now 10-14, okay? But they score. So we're going to need a score here. Incomplete pass, nothing. We're going to need a touchdown, nothing. And Michael Davis, interception, get it. 2-point conversion as well. We could come up and actually, maybe take this game, but it's not looking like, unless we get a stop here. A stop here would be very important, and it's 20. Oh, this game's over. Never mind. This game is definitely over. So I don't even know why I thought I had a chance to jump in here and tie it up. I thought it was like 28-35 for some reason, but I guess I'm just not paying attention. All right. Unfortunately, we lost this game. Tennessee Titans are going to go on to win. Do we put up a touchdown at least to end it off? Yep, 32-35, but it wasn't good enough. So Justin Herbert makes the playoffs for the first time in his career, but unfortunately, it wasn't good enough to get to the AFC Championship. We got to divisional weekend. Hopefully next year we can improve a little bit more, but hey, we still got plenty of time, so it's all right. Ryan Tannehill, congrats. I'm sure you guys will be going on to play the Kansas City Chiefs next round. 356 yards, 4 touchdowns, just was not good enough. The defense didn't play so great, but hey, it's fine. We're on to this offseason. So we're going into this offseason with about $23.5 million in cap space, I believe. So that'll be something that we can kind of work on, obviously. So let's see what our cap space situation is definitely like. 23.5 million. So let's just see who needs to be repaid or whatever, or needs to be resigned. So we have Derwin James, Nasir Adderley, and yeah, quite a couple starters actually. So this is going to be important to bring them back. So Derwin James is going to be the top of my priority list, though. Obviously, I mean, we got to bring back Derwin James. So Derwin James, got to keep him part of the secondary, got to keep him part of the defense. We've built a good defense here. Would hate to see him go. So Derwin James is back. I do want to keep Nasir Adderley as well. I feel like we could replace Dan Tranquil a little bit more than we could replace our safeties. So we're going to Nasir Adderley. and we're probably going to be losing Tillery. We're probably going to be losing Drew Tranquil, unless if we can cut some players. But we're going to go into free agency and kind of see what our options are. We might look into cutting some guys, but hey, we kept our safeties, which is important. So I think the first cap casualty might be Michael Davis here. We can free up about $7 million if we cut him now. He's got 1 year left on his contract. As much as I would like to keep him around, I'm going to go ahead and cut him for that $7 million. I think that'll be important to have as we are looking to make a couple of replacements. We have Austin Eckler, we have Joey Bosa, Keenan Allen's contracts, but I'm not going to cut these two guys, obviously. Khalil Mack. We could cut our left guard and free up about $6.5 million, but I'm nervous we wouldn't be able to replace him, so we might come back to that. We'll see. Corey Linsley, you got Akeem Hicks. We could free about $5 million if we cut him, but probably won't do that. And then, so for now, I'll see if what we did was good enough. Not sure it will be. We freed up about $7 million, so we have $11 million to spend. So I think we should at least be able to sign one position that we need to replace. So if we take a look at the offense, offense looks good. So we're not really worried about anything in the offense. I liked how Joshua Palmer played last year, so we're probably not worried about anything on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, drafts can maybe address something, maybe offensive line help. Maybe we could cut Filer later on. I don't know. We'll see. Defensively, though, obviously, we lost middle linebacker. We also lost a left end. We do have Clark down here, though, who is technically sitting here at a superstar development. So I don't know if we can move him to the right end, and that might look good as my controller batteries are low, I just noticed. So I don't know. That might be an option. We'll kind of see. We'll feel it out because we do have a superstar just sitting here. Let's see if I did move him to right end. Kind of want to see what his overall would look like. I don't really know. It might go down, but we at least got to give it a try. Let's move him to right end, and let's see if this will work. Right end. Let's see if I can get to it correctly. There we go. See if that messes with his overall too much. Hopefully it does not. So he is now a 71 overall. Superstar development, though, I don't know, man. We might just leave him there. We'll take the gamble. So that means we could go into free agency either going for another corner or another middle linebacker, and we can kind of just go with Jay Clark, Sebastian Joseph Day, and Akeem Hicks as our defensive line. So hopefully that'll work out. So let's go to free agency, and let's see with this $11 million we can get a corner or a middle linebacker. So we have Jeffrey Simmons. We're not going to be able to afford him, obviously. Rashawn Gary, that's another interesting one. Jack Mason, that could be a guard help. We got Elgin Jenkins, Bream Hunt. So, I mean, we could use another left guard, but I don't want to spend that much. Then you got Montez Sweat. So there's actually some guys out here. But like I said, we are looking for corner or middle linebacker. So we have Casey Hayward, Bryce Callahan, Sean Murphy Bunting. So we could bring in another young corner. Or do we want to go for middle linebacker? We have Levante David, TJ Edwards, Joey Josie Jewell, I should say, Jermaine Pratt, Drew Tranquil. So technically, we could just bring back Drew Tranquil. We might just do that. We might just keep Drew Tranquil here just because he was part of the team last year. He knows the scheme. So we'll just keep our middle linebacker. It's up about $6 million. So is there any way I could maybe fit a corner into this? You have Darius Williams. You got Rasul Douglas, Jordan Lewis. You could probably fit a corner in here. Let's go over Rashad Fenton. It's going to be probably all my money. So let's see if we are able to bring him in. So I think that'll be it. That is going to be my 2 signings in this free agency class. So let's see if we get both of them. And we'll be looking pretty solid. So let's see. And of course, we're going to have our first round pick as well. So we'll feel pretty good about that. So first round pick, we get both Rashad Fenton and Drew Tranquil. So just like that, we add back Drew Tranquil and add a different corner instead of Michael Davis. So we're going to go to the draft now because we have no other money. And we're going to see if we can maybe get some replacements, get some reinforcements, and then we can go into this next season and hope for a little bit more than last season. So we get to pick at pick number 27. So not a great pick whatsoever, but it is what it is. Let's jump in here and see what we can grab. So at pick number 27, I mean, I'm kind of content with just going with anything. Got Clowney out here, Demon Clowney. His name is literally Demon. How can you not select him? Out of Ole Miss, we scouted him quite a bit. The man's name is Demon Clowney. Is that really is that a real person? That is a stud name. B Pursuit. I don't know, man. I feel like I got to take him. B player connection, B pursuit, A finesse moves. But I don't know if he fits the scheme that... I don't know, man. I kind of want to take him just because his name is literally Demon. Maybe we can move him to the defensive line, though, if we wanted to. We got Miles Hinton. You got Marvin Mims, who I know could be a good wide receiver. You got Diggs as well. But I'm taking Demon Clowney. That name is just too studly not to take. He's got to be... He's normal development? You're telling me the man named Demon is not a hidden development superstar stud? That is a beast name, I will say. But unfortunately, it wasn't a great pick, I guess. But let's go to our second round pick, and let's see what we can grab at the second round pick. So we do have guard needs because obviously we need to replace one eventually. So I'm looking at Tate here, B impact block, and then you got A run, I'm taking him. I mean, he looks studly. Another normal development, but again, it looks pretty good to me. So I'm glad we have him. And then round 3, pick number 27. And I feel like we've gotten a couple of good players, just unfortunately not, hidden development, but normal development doesn't mean anything sometimes. So you got another left in. We also got Walter Parks. So you got Will McDonald, Darnell Wright. So Isaiah Foskey. C block, Stephen S moves, B power moves, D. Sure, why not? We scouted him, so we'll bring him in, and we're gonna go ahead and go into this next season. Look at the lineup. I might be moving Demon Clowney to the defensive line. We'll see, and then maybe we'll move that superstar development guy back to nose tackle. We'll kind of see how we feel like things should happen. So offensively, everything is still the same. We have a guard who could eventually maybe replace Filer here if we need to. He's hidden development, and then we obviously took the other guy who could eventually replace Trey Turner, I guess, if we need to. Jalen Guyton, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Joshua Palmer, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert. Everything's still the same. OJ Howard, so things look good. And then offensively, we have Kenneth Murray, Drew Tranquil is back, Khalil Mack down to superstar development, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, Asante Samuel, got Rashad Fenton, and then JC Jackson and Nasir Adderley. We went ahead and moved Demon Clowney. I couldn't remember his name for a second. Demon Clowney to the right end. You have Johnson here, but I'm going to move Clark in front of him. And then you have, obviously, Akeem Hicks. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can make the playoffs again. I feel like we should, but you never really know with this game. So we'll go ahead and submit this season, and we'll see how the season goes for us. Obviously, tough division, but I still think we're a very good team. So let's see what happens. But at the end of this season, of course, Madden does its thing. We went 6-11, last in the division. Not a good look. And yeah, we sucked. We sucked this year. Kind of expected something like this to possibly happen to us. But we're going into this offseason with about $73 million in cap space. So I guess on the bright side, we can maybe improve the team a little bit. We're going to have some free agents, I imagine. They're going to be important to bring back. Really don't know who it'll be. Justin Herbert, I think, actually might be somebody you have to re-sign this offseason. I'm not sure, but we got one more offseason to get this all corrected. So, I mean, Madden is weird. Sometimes you make the playoffs, and then the next time you just don't for some reason. So, not really too surprised. $87 million in cap space. I believe Herbert is a free agent, though, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. You got JC Jackson, who should not be a free agent. He signed a 5-year deal. Wow, literally everybody I need back is a free agent. So, that is not looking good. So let's go ahead and first and foremost make sure we get Justin Herbert back. Of course, that is going to be like #1 importante. So we'll bring Justin Herbert back. JC Jackson is literally the title of the video, so I do want him back. He signed like a 5-year deal though, so I'm not even sure why he's a free agent right now. We've not gone that far. So JC Jackson, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, and then Khalil Mack, Sebastian Joseph Day. So I kind of have to make decisions between some of these guys. We might be able to bring all of them back, but first and foremost, Mike Williams is going to be $12 million. Khalil Mack is going to be $18 million. Holy crap. Sebastian Joseph Day. We might have to move on for Sebastian Joseph Day because we do have a superstar nose tackle behind him. Kenneth Murray is our good middle linebacker, and he's relatively cheap, so we will bring back Kenneth Murray, so we'll bring him back. Akeem Hicks, we probably won't be bringing back. Joseph Day, we definitely won't be. And then Austin Eckler and Mike Williams. I feel like I have to choose between one of them. I really do feel like I have to. So I'm going to go with Mike Williams just because I feel like we could replace Austin Eckler. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting into the important. We got $24 million franchise tag. I can't do that. Khalil Mack. I would like to bring him back, but he's so freaking expensive, man. But I think I'll offer it to him. I'm going to try to maybe free up money by doing this. So we'll sign Khalil Mack to a 3-year deal, and he's back, so we get Khalil Mack back. Okay. Mike Williams and Austin Eckler are 2 guys we are losing, which is very important, but we're going to have to figure out what we can make happen, man. It is what it is. And then we also have Dustin Hopkins, who is our kicker. Sign him maybe, and he's got a test for agency. So we don't even get our freaking kicker back. So some important decisions to make this offseason, but kind of figured this was going to happen eventually. So taking a look at our lineup after everything. So we're down to an 81 overall after all of that. So this isn't looking too good, but I know we have some replacements. So we have Lucas, who's a star development. So offensive line isn't a problem, really. Keenan Allen is down to a star development. We have a running back who is 70 overall. We have Palmer. So one more wide receiver would be important, but I like our offensive line. I'm not going to be worried about it too much. And then defensively, we have Clark, who went down to normal development, and we have Clowney. So we definitely need one more end. But other than that, I think we're good. So defense, all we need is an end, and we're fine. So I guess that's a good. But we need a running back. We need another wide receiver. So this won't be easy. This won't be easy to overcome. We don't have any money whatsoever. So don't really know how we get all that much better. We'll try to see what we can make happen, though. And if we can maybe free up some money somewhere. Do we cut Keenan Allen? $23 million savings. I might have to do it, man. And I would hate to do it. We're going to lose our wide receiver weapons, but might be the guy I have to cut. And I like I said, I'd hate to do it to him, but yeah, I think we're going to do it. We're going to cut Keenan Allen. And then this feels terrible to do, but we're going to free up about $23 million, and we need that money so badly right now. So yeah, I'm cutting Keenan Allen. That feels weird to do, but I am doing it. So Jalen Guyton, we could cut as well if we wanted to. Probably not, though, because we just cut Keenan Allen. So we're not going to cut another wide receiver. All right, here we go, man. We're going to go into free agency with our $25 million and see if we can kind of just get some bargain deals, I guess. There's not much you can do. Amari Cooper has no offers right now. So you know what I might do? I might try to lowball Amari Cooper, bring him into the Chargers to play with Justin Herbert. So let's see if he'd be willing to accept that. Let's see if he'd be willing. So 61 total points, has no offers right now. Keenan Allen, of course, we cut away. Eckler, I would like to bring back. Mike Williams, I'm not bringing back. And then Amari Cooper, like I said, I would love to bring him back if possible. Or love to bring him in, but I doubt I'll get him. Marcus Peters, Kenny Moore. We don't need a corner. DeAndre Swift. Ooh, I kind of like the idea of bringing DeAndre Swift as our running back. So you know what? If I can... Ooh, his cap hit is very low too? Give me some DeAndre Swift in the backfield. We'll be just like we had in Austin Eckler, but way younger. And we're going to be his number one offer by just a smidge, but I'm going to increase that just a little bit and see if we can get DeAndre Swift 100%. So Amari Cooper, DeAndre Swift is the offensive plans. We did need an end as well. So let's go see if there's a possibility of that. Cameron Jordan is out here, and we have TJ Watt, or JJ Watt, I should say. And right end, we have Leonard Williams. So Keem Hicks is also out here, Mike Dana. So I'm going to try to get Cameron Jordan. That'll be all of our money. We'll see if he'd be willing to accept that. 49 total points. So my negotiations are going to look just like this. I'm going to assume we get DeAndre Swift. Don't think we'll get Amari Cooper, and I don't know if we'll get Cameron Jordan. But hey, if they do end up accepting those deals right away, that'd be bargain deals for us, and we'd be on top of the world. So let's see if we get all three of them. Hopefully we get Swift at the very least. We should get Swift. Oh, Cooper accepted. Let's freaking go, baby. So we got rid of Keenan Allen. He brought in Amari Cooper. Unfortunately, though, we did not get Cameron Jordan to accept right away. So I assume we won't be getting Cameron Jordan. But wow, Amari Cooper. So we cut Keenan Allen and got Amari Cooper on a bargain deal. We got DeAndre Swift back, which is great. So, or not back. We got DeAndre Swift. We got Palmer. We got Guyton, who are good wide receivers, but, you know, not really want as my number one, number two. And we also do not have an end still, but we're relying on these two young guys. So, or we can move Adam Anderson down, I guess. We could technically, but we'd like to have at least one star development on the defensive line. So let's see if I'm able to accomplish that. I don't think we will be able to, though. So let's see. Cameron Jordan has way better offers now. So we have $5 million in cap space. So we're going to really have to bargain hunt for this left end. So Cameron Jordan, not going to be possible. JJ Watt doesn't. We have Charles here. We got, I don't know, man. What do we want to do? Akeem Hicks. Do we just go for Akeem Hicks back? Jacob Martin, Cleveland Farrell. Maybe just go for Cleveland Farrell. He'll be cheap, I guess. Maybe Cleveland Farrell, add him to the defensive line. And that might be something we have to do. He's a former Raider, so knows about the Raiders, I guess. Maybe get some inside information on the Raiders. I don't know, man. Let's see if we get them. And we get Cleveland Farrell. So obviously not the best guy we could bring in, but we brought in Amari Cooper and DeAndre Swift after losing Keenan Allen and obviously Austin Eckler, who were a lot cheaper. So Rashawn Slater's contract. Oh yeah, we're picking that up. But no matter what, this next season will be the last one. So we obviously are desperate to make the playoffs. But Amari Cooper is the new weapon here in Los Angeles. Let's see what happens, man. We're just going to go past the draft as well. I'm not even worried about rookies this year. So let's just go see how this lineup's about to look. So going into this season, this is what the offense is going to look like. And Amari Cooper, Joshua Palmer, DeAndre Swift, and Jalen Guyton. And then Justin Herbert, obviously, OJ Howard, Parham, Green, Ratledge, Corey Lindsley, Trey Turner, and Rashawn Slater. And defensively, we got Kenneth Murray, Khalil Mack. We also got another outside linebacker who is nice. And we got another hidden development. But Clowney, Clark, and Farrell. So very young defensive line other than Farrell. But yeah, we'll kind of see how things go. So obviously, this is the last season. So kind of hoping we actually make the playoffs this year. That's going to be kind of important. So we're going to sim this season, and we'll see if we can make the postseason this year. So at the end of the season, we ended up going 10-7 and made the playoffs to end this video off, which is good. We get to play the the Chargers went 10-7, the Chiefs went 12-5. So we were second in our division, and we get to play the Indianapolis Colts. So let's go ahead and take a look and kind of see what things are looking like as far as our stats are concerned. Kind of see how we did, and obviously see if we can come in and maybe upset the Colts. So offense was 11th in the NFL. And defense was, let's see, 8th in the NFL. So not too bad. Justin Herbert, would love to see those interceptions come down. 26 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, 1,200 yards from DeAndre Swift. Receiving, Amari Cooper, 1,400 yards. OJ Howard from 900. OJ Howard has been my best signing throughout the video, I believe. Palmer 900 and Guyton 700, so not too bad. And then taking a look at the defensive side of the ball. Sacks wise, 12.5 from Joey Bosa, 12.5 from Khalil Mack, and then Clowney had 6.5, 3.5 free. So not too bad for my defensive line. JC Jackson, great year, 7 interceptions. So let's jump right into this game. We are playing the Indianapolis Colts. I can't even imagine who's starting at quarterback for them. I'm assuming it's a young rookie from the 2022 draft class, but we'll go ahead and see how we are going to do against the Colts. So the Indianapolis Colts have, is that Teddy Bridgewater starting at quarterback for them? Okay, Teddy Bridgewater's the QB for the Colts, and they are in the playoffs at 11-6. So this will be fun. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. Let's see if we can come in and upset the Colts. I feel like we should. With Bridgewater starting at quarterback, I really don't want to lose this team. But, of course, we don't score a touchdown immediately. But we do, then we miss the extra point, or we go for 2 and miss. I don't know. Either way. And then the Colts respond with a touchdown. And it is 6-7. And it is 6-7 still. We go put up a touchdown or something. No, we allow the Colts. For some reason, every time I control the Chargers, Justin Herbert has sucked in the playoffs. And you know what? It is what it is. 6-27. Yeah, this Chargers team just does not succeed in the playoffs whatsoever. I'm kind of used to it at this point. There we go. Get a touchdown. It is over, 13-34. Well, that is how this video is going to end. Unfortunately, Justin Herbert and the Chargers just don't ever succeed in the playoffs. It just seems that way in Madden. I'm not sure. I feel like the last 2 times I've rebuilt this team, Herbert just doesn't put up touchdowns in the playoffs. In Madden, at least. I don't, obviously we can't say that in real life. But regardless, I don't know why we're celebrating. We lost the damn game, but thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables 2. We'll be back with some more free agency rebuilds. I have the Jets planned, Eagles planned. There's a lot more I want to do. And of course, wherever Watson goes, we got to do them as well. But this is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.